What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Hearn. Canelo Alvarez, get this. Eddie Hearn defends Canelo Alvarez as he denies that Canelo Alvarez is slipping. He had this to say about Canelo Alvarez. He said he's been fighting with an injury for the last couple fights. Eddie said, last Saturday night about Canelo Alvarez when told that the Mexican star has shown signs of slipping in the last two fights. Canelo didn't have a hand injury during his fight with Caleb Plant in November of 2021, and he looked very beatable in that contest. If Plant hadn't gassed out after 9 rounds, he would have boxed his way to a 12-round decision because he was giving Canelo pure trouble up until the 9th. And Hearn denies. He says, I don't think he's been at his best. But look, at his fight, he fought Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, Dmitry Bivol, Gennady Golovkin. That's who he's fought. People say, oh, he's slipping a little bit. He's fought the very best of the best, and he was carrying an injury as well, said Hearn, repeating the injury excuse. Let me counterpunch. I want people to understand there's a difference between slipping and a difference between just being beat. Okay, I think people look too much into, oh, well, Canelo Alvarez is not the same fighter. No, he's slipping a bit. Listen, the same guy that fought Dmitry Bivol fought Erislandy Lara. Okay, it's just with guys that know how to box and move, Canelo Alvarez is always going to have problems. He's going to be challenged because his style, he's a he's a boxer counterpuncher, okay? He likes to counterpunch. That's what he does. He sets up traps and he picks his shots. He's just got very good at it. The perception of it, he's got very good at it simply because of the guys that he was fighting. Okay, you fight guys like Danny Jacobs that's really not all that good of a boxer. He's more of a scrapper that can box, and he looked just good with the head movement because Danny Jacobs is a little awkward and he's not the fastest guy. Guys like that. Who else? Callum Smith. Callum Smith was a tall, rangy boxer, and Canelo dispatched him. But Callum Smith is not a guy that likes to move around a lot either. He's a tall guy that likes to get leverage on his shots and knocking you out. He likes to knock you senseless. So he's not a guy that really uses the ring. Well, Billy Joe Saunders, of course, he was a southpaw as well, but he wasn't as slick at guys like Erislandy Lara. And then he's not and Lara's not a Mayweather, but those guys are able to do those things with Canelo because they are very experienced and very advanced. Okay? So when he did go up against Dmitry Bivol, he just lost. Oh, man, he looked like he was slipping. Well, he looked like he was gassing, and I think he's reached his peak as far as weight goes. I don't want to see Canelo Alvarez at cruiserweight because there's no evidence of him doing well at 175. See, if Canelo Alvarez was fighting at the right right proper weight, he would have been more energetic in the Dmitry Bivol fight. Okay, but Dmitry Bivol just showed him what a bigger, stronger, active boxer can do to him, especially that stays busy like Dmitry Bivol did. He did not let up. He did not do what Erislandy Lara did, just started coasting and thought, hey, I'm going to win a victory because this guy can't even hit me anywhere. So I'm going to, give him some pot shots, stay on the outside, and coast to a victory. That's not how you're going to beat Canelo Alvarez being the superstar. You're going to do exactly what Dmitry Bivol did. But is he slipping? Here's the thing. If he is slipping, we're going to know in the future. And we're going to know with a different opponent. Because, see, the same thing could happen to Canelo Alvarez is the same thing that's happening to Anthony Joshua. What do I mean? People are saying that Anthony Joshua is not the same type of fighter. He's not the same type of fighter because he got beat by the same guy. Okay, now that same guy had the same style, right? And if he gets beat by Dimitri Bivol again, the first thing people are going to say is, yep, see, he's slipping. It's not that he's slipping. He just got beat. It happens in boxing sometimes. These guys can't win every fight. They're going to come up to against a guy that is a real challenge that is too much to bear. Okay? That's all that really is. Now, is Eddie's being slick talking about a hand injury? I don't know about that shit because whoever this writer is, fair play to him, which is Sean Jones. Shout out to Sean Jones of this article. He made a good point. Canelo Alvarez didn't have an injury when he fought Caleb Plant. When he fought Caleb Plant, he didn't have one. You know what I mean? So that was his last fight before fighting Dimitri Bivol. So he went from unifying the whole division at 168, then going to 175 to take on Dimitri Bivol for the WBA at light heavy. So yeah, I'm with him. Yeah, I didn't see any signs of him hurting his whatever wrist or whatever, injured, or I didn't see any signs of that then. You know what I mean? Because and then more so, we didn't hear from Canelo that's saying that he had an injury. Okay. Now, if he would have mentioned, oh, well, I had a little injury or a sprain before that, I didn't hear it. Not saying he didn't say it, but I didn't hear it. Okay. So you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn, adamant that Canelo Alvarez is not slipping. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.